Okay, welcome everyone. This is Paul McCarthy. It's a privilege to be on the call here tonight. Really exciting times. Myself and John are going to kick off this call tonight. Please pay attention to what we have to share tonight. If it's your first time on the call, take some notes, listen, because we have something that's absolutely exploding. Over to you, John.
There's no question about that, Paul. And, the purpose of this call, this special cloud token call, make sure you have a full understanding of what we have here so you can decide what kind of a fit it is for you and what kind of action you want to take. Myself and my business partner, Joe Mohammed, we've been full-time networkers for 25 years. We've had a lot of success. We built 3 different teams of over 200,000 people. We've had some companies let us down. I'm sure some other people can say that on the call here. But you know what? Over the past few years, we realized that the place where you want to be in this industry is in the crypto arena. But the problem is, how do you find the right vehicle and the right people to run with? It's like a minefield out there. And I'll tell you what, I've known Paul McCarthy from Ireland for the past 12 years. I know himself and his business partner, Matthias, are experts in crypto. I don't say that lightly. They put their expertise to work. They've went out and generated 9 figures in earnings over the last 3 years. That's 9 figures before the decimal point, not including it. We've all heard of people like that. They're the only ones that I know who have ever done it. And when Paul called me up, I'll tell you, I was all ears. He told me he'd found something big in crypto. He laid out Cloud Token. We absolutely loved it. Of course, we did our due diligence. We knew that Paul, to be involved, would have checked it out way deeper than we ever could. But we still did our due diligence, loved what we saw. We started taking action. We reached out to some people. We started bringing on big leaders who really got the same vision. People like CJ and Mark, Rebecca, Kevin, Tommy, Greg, Don, Jackie, they got it. These are sharp people who are looking for their vehicle to really put the finishing touches on their careers. So we started building like crazy. Around the end of June, myself and Joel, we flew to Malaysia. We got the opportunity, first off, to meet face-to-face with Paul and Matthias. We heard that they had just gone C4, the second highest rank in the company. They've done it faster than anybody ever has. And at that point, the end of June, they were sitting on around $50,000 a day. And that got us pretty excited. We met other leaders there, people from all over the world. Some had started big. They were sitting on a mountain of Bitcoin. I met one guy who put 25 Bitcoin in. He was immediately at $1,000 a day in passive earnings. He's building a huge team. That's great for him. Not all of us on this call have 25 Bitcoin we're sitting on, but I met a lot of people who had to start small, had the vision, and really got busy, understood what they had, and started building something big. And, we got the chance to meet with Ronald I. We sat down with him. He threw open his laptop. We saw 200 bots trading live on 32 different exchanges, right before our eyes, executing trades, generating profits through Jarvis. We also saw he opened up one of his Binance accounts with Cloud Token. Just one of their accounts had over 13,000 Bitcoin in there that was part of the trading pool. It was a level 7 account. You just don't see those every day. We came home from Malaysia, with our hair on fire. We've hit this double time. We know there's a window here to do incredibly large things, and we are going at it, spreading the word like so many of you on this call are doing. So, Paul, I'm going to flip it back to you. Maybe you could just give a quick rundown of your experience and what you've seen happening.
Okay, 1 second now. I'm just going to show the screen here now. Tell me, can you see the screen, John, yeah?
Yeah, you betcha.
1 second here now. Okay, thanks, John. Okay, guys, again, welcome on the call. Guys, I've been involved in the industry for 11 years, and I must say I've been involved in some really good projects over the years. I've done extremely well in the industry. I'm very grateful for that. For the past 1 year, I sat out of the industry. My last 3 projects I've been involved in, I'm a long-term player. When I get involved in a project, I stay long-term. Them 3 projects are still running today. I've done very successful and very well, and I'm very grateful for them projects. But for the past 1 year, myself and my business partner stayed out of the industry. Okay, we looked at a lot of deals, we checked them out, did a lot of due diligence, and for whatever reason, we decided the deal wasn't for us. But guys, when this deal was presented to me nearly 3 months ago, and when Matthias explained to me in detail what was on offer here, and guys, look at the screen I'm showing you. I encourage everybody on the call to research this man and do your due diligence. This man has won the Blockchain Project of the Year in 2018. He is the man behind the 4th generation blockchain. When I heard that Ronald I was coming into the world of network marketing for the first time, I knew how big he was in the industry. A man of that caliber that was huge in Nokia, was huge in Samsung, worked for the government in Malaysia in the blockchain space, has focused on the past few years on decentralized applications. When I knew he was bringing a project to the marketplace, I was all in. I was all in, and I put in massive action for the past 90 days. And I want to show you, if you put in massive action, there's an opportunity in this deal that can change your life forever. What I'm showing you now, pay close attention. I promised you last week I would update the slides and show you the progress of what we've done. We are doing something here that has never ever been done in the industry this fast before. Not just me and Matthias. Lots of leaders in this project are making incomes within 30 days that they never made in 10 years. Let me show you. This is one of our accounts. We put in 40 Bitcoin in one of our accounts, nearly $500,000, okay? Now, I understand a lot of people on this call will not have 40 Bitcoin to put in. Let me tell you something that I don't normally share. Back in 2013, things went wrong for me in my life. I went from being a multi-millionaire to losing every single penny. I mean, I had nothing, 4 kids and a mortgage. In early 2015, with my business partner, Matthias, gave me a loan. I didn't even ask for it. Gave me a loan to join a business. Got me back involved in something called Bitcoin. At the time, I didn't know. He told me I need to research this industry. This is the future. I was down on my luck, lost everything, and it was a very difficult place for me to be, having 4 kids, mortgage, used to having a lovely lifestyle, and I was gone. So I got back in the industry. I was hungry. Timing was right. I rolled up my sleeves, and I made a promise to myself that day it would never happen again. And I had many challenges from that day, but there's nobody. So my mentor is actually the owner of Big Club Network. My mentor said to me, Paul, don't leave anybody determine your paycheck. Your paycheck depends on you for the work that you put in. If somebody says no to you, next, on to the next person. He says no, next. And that's the attitude I have. If anybody says no to me about an opportunity that I'm presenting to them, I don't take any offense. I just go to the next person. You know, so this is one of our accounts. We were lucky enough to be able to put in 40 BTC. But remember, we're making our big money off our network of people, not the money we put in. So all you got to do is deposit Bitcoin into your wallet and you get paid 6 to 12% for doing it. How easy is that? Me and Matthias, first day in the business, making $34 a day. 7 days into the business, guys. Look, on the screen for anybody seeing it for the first time, it's on the 1st of May. Cloud token was 30 cents. The past 24 hours made 6,793 cloud tokens. Look at the value, $2,000 a day we were making, and that's liquid. That's money you can withdraw. Day 14, 3,890. Day 21, $6,827. Day 28, $7,446 per day we were making, 28 days into the business. Day 34, $8,300 per day. Day 41, $8,200 a day. Stuck on that mark. Look what happens next. Day 50, $10,500 per day. Day 52, $11,500 per day. Day 55, $25,000 per day, making 58,000 cloud tokens per day. Day 60, $34,000 per day. Day 65, $45,000 per day. Day 70, $52,000 per day. Day 75, $56,000 per day. Okay, guys, that's what goes on. That's just showing you guys where we're at, where we're going. And guys, we're only getting warmed up. I'm not showing this for ego. I'm not showing this to say I earned this. You know, I'm showing you this to show you the potential. I was a person in 2014 who lost everything, no money, barely enough food to pay for my kids. I don't like saying that. If you look at all my recordings, you've probably never heard me talk like this before. But like, I'm showing you an opportunity. Like, I didn't have to come back in and do another deal. But there's so many people followed me for the past few years, and I knew that I owed it to them to bring this deal to them, because this deal is changing lives. This deal is a game changer. With that, John, back to you.
Great stuff, Paul. And I do know your story, and it's incredibly powerful. You know, we've all been in tough places over our lives, and to be able to turn it around that quickly is amazing. And that's what each of us on this call has the potential here. Paul, you know, we're obviously all here. We want to make money. Let's talk about how we make that money. You know, the very first way, completely passively. Is there anything better in this world than completely passive money? You simply put some crypto in there, Bitcoin, Ethereum, get it into Jarvis. You receive between 6 and 12% a month on it, paid daily. It's averaging about 10%. So you're getting about 1/3% back every single day on whatever funds you have in there. That's the first way that people can earn, isn't it, Paul?
Yes, 100%, John.
Okay, so let's look at the second way. We get paid in cloud tokens. Okay, cloud tokens are like an internal currency that we get paid in, and the value of them is going up steadily. Now, the key here is they are instantly liquid. With a couple quick clicks of a button, boom, you can change them into another crypto, pull them out, turn them into fiat. You are in complete control. Accessible, liquid every day. The cloud token in the last 8 weeks or so has gone from a 30-cent worth to almost 47 or 48 cents, about a 56% increase. So when you get paid these cloud tokens every day, it's completely your choice on what you want to do with them. You can cash them out immediately, put them in your bank account, or you can turn around and hold them and let the coming value, all the things that are happening with cloud token, drive up the value where they're worth a whole bunch more. Is that an accurate representation, Paul?
You're on the ball, John, 100%.
Okay. Now, I have people who ask me, gee, Bitcoin's worth $10,000 today. What if I put a Bitcoin in and it goes up to 20,000? I've missed out on all of that gain. Wrong. That's not how it works. If you put one Bitcoin in there, for example, it's worth 10,000 today. You can pull that Bitcoin out anytime you want, and you can pull it out as one Bitcoin or partial or whatever, but you would get your one Bitcoin back. If that's now worth $80,000, you've also capitalized on the increase in the value in the crypto market itself. Is that also correct, Paul?
Yes, and that's very powerful, guys, you know, because when we joined this opportunity, Bitcoin was around $5,000. So people were getting paid, let's say, roughly 10% on $5,000. And what's very important here, the Bitcoin that you put into Jarvis, we only use the biggest exchanges in the world. So your crypto assets are insured. If any exchange gets hacked, like Binance a few months ago, it's insured. We saw Bitcoin reaching the height of 13,500. So we started getting paid roughly 10% on that. So where Bitcoin goes, we all believe Bitcoin this year will go on a bull run. So you can capitalize on the bull run and your cryptos will remain the same. That is very, very powerful.
And you're getting these very valuable cloud tokens every single day which you can convert to cash, and they're also going up in value. It's an absolute no-brainer. Let's look at the fourth way that you earn. That's by sharing with people. That's what Paul and Mateus are doing. That's what so many of us on the call. You got to realize we've got what the whole world wants here, the ability to pick up funds passively every day and share with others and make a whole bunch more. So let's talk about how that works. Let's say you brought me in, I got the picture, you've sponsored me. Let's say I put $10,000 worth of crypto in there. That would mean I'd get about 10% a month on that. I'd be getting about $1,000 a month. Because you sponsored me, you also get $1,000 a month, a 100% matching bonus on everything that's earned through all of your personally sponsored people, and that's paid to you every day in cloud tokens. Again, totally accessible, totally liquid. So you go out, you build a front line that's got $100,000 in there, a bunch of people. They're all getting paid between all of them about $10,000 a month. So are you in cloud tokens because you match that. Now let's look at your second level. It's easy to share this with people. People get pretty excited about it. You make a 50% matching bonus on whatever cloud tokens are paid to everybody on your second level every single day. That gets big because your front line is only so big, then it starts to multiply. You're picking up 50%, and you can go all the way down levels 3 through 21. You can pick up 5% matching bonus on whatever they're making every day in cloud tokens. So you can amass a pile of these cloud tokens by spreading the word. They're going up in value. It can put you in a tremendous situation to hold them, to cash some of them out, whatever you need to do. Now, as you start to grow in the ranks, the first level you want to hit is C1. That simply means you built a team that has 200,000 in volume in it. Soon as you've done that, you pick up a 5% infinity override on your team, matching 5% more on what they're earning every day in cloud tokens. You help a few people, 3 people get to C1, you go up to C2, you pick up another 5% override. And you help those get to C2, you go to C3. Again, another 5% and 5% more at C4. And C5 is the highest level in the company. I don't believe there's anyone at that level yet. That's when you share in all of the company revenues. Paul, I believe you and Mateus are a whisker away from going C5. Is that true?
Yes, we have one team in Poland, Gregor's team, Practically Done, on C4. We've another leg practically done. We've one last person who's C3, and he has 2 done. He's 1 more to do, and we're C5 done.
Unbelievable. And how long has it been? 3 months?
Yeah, we joined the business on the last week of April.
Not bad for a young fella, I'll tell you. Pretty good. And it's all here. I mean, you can see we had him on the call last week. He was on a cruise ship with his wife in Alaska. It's dedication, understanding what you've got, dialing in on it. Paul, we've all built big networks before. When people don't make money, they disappear. We're always pushing people to make their orders, stay on auto ship, all of this other nonsense that we've been taught is all what the network marketing arena is all about. How important has it been for you that every single person that joins your team gets paid on day 1, and they'll continue to get paid for life on that?
It's very important because lots of companies out there, and they're good companies, but like when you're involved in a company that has a monthly ownership with a product, it's very hard to maintain them, number 1. Number 2, when you're involved in a company that doesn't pay passive income, and let's say it's a binary, which I like binaries myself, but you have to keep on pushing, keep on working. And when there's no passive income check, if they don't make money, they have to pay bills, they're gone. In this project, everyone who joins makes money from the first day and the second day, and every single day, by the way it's designed. So we don't lose anybody. All you got to do is plug people into the calls, plug them into your sponsor, into your upline, Get them on board, and once you have them for life. It's very easy. There is no business that I'm aware of in the marketplace right now paying passive income like us the way we're doing it.
Well, that's exactly it, Paul. When people are making money, they're not going anywhere, and nothing beats getting paid from day one, and then the ability to share that, and of course, all the tools. I'd like to draw everyone's attention to the chat. I'm putting a few resources in there. Make sure you copy and paste them. These are the kind of tools that are going to help you get to where you want to be. Paul and Mateus have designed most of them. And I'll tell you what, when someone's doing what they're doing, I want to copy what they're doing. You know, it's important to understand here too, the whole thing with Cloud Token is not based on speculation. Every other crypto deal we've seen out there, you have to try and guess the market. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Everybody's trying to speculate. If I'm the first one to sell, maybe I get paid more. If I'm the last one to sell, maybe I don't get paid anything. It's a nightmare. Who on this call can possibly predict that? What you need to understand, the company here take all the profits from the trading bot Jarvis. They don't take one dime of it. They dump it into the reserve pool. The reserve pool then, you simply take the funds in the reserve pool, divide it by the number of cloud tokens out there. That determines the value of the cloud token. So if you cash out first, if you cash out last, it doesn't matter. The funds are sitting there to pay you. That is correct, is it not, Paul?
Yes, 100%, John.
Okay, and you mentioned that they're adding in all the independent auditors of the reserve funds. So it's not just taking someone's word for it. It's going to be independently audited and revealed to everybody. Is that correct?
Yes, what they're doing, guys, and this is very powerful. And I did an interview yesterday with Ronald Dye. You should check it out. And they told us this in Kuala Lumpur. Now they've come out and they confirmed 100%. Ledger are one of the most biggest names in this space. Ledger are doing an audit of our project at the moment. They're in the 4th stage of the audit, 1 stage left. They will be verifying once a month that all the money is in the reserve fund. So we have one of the biggest names in the industry verifying that our money is there. So for them to audit our company and be happy, if anybody on this call has any doubts or any niggling beliefs, you got to look at this. On top of that, the card provider we're going with, Pundix, are also doing an audit on our company, because these names will not even associate with you unless you're 100%. They're also on the last stage. Once we get ticked off for stage 5 with them, we're approved fully to go. So that's 2 companies, and I've mentioned the names. I'm not coming on here saying a company. Ledger and Pundix are auditing our project, and they are so far very happy with everything, and that gives us huge edge against anybody in this space.
Well, Paul, there's no doubt. I mean, we've all seen a whole bunch of things come in the crypto arena. You know, 3/4 of them are being done by somebody sitting in his mother's basement trying to make some big claims on stuff. What blows me away here is the transparency of the trading, of the reserve pool, of every part of this, showing the accounts, showing absolutely everything. They're not hiding. These are real people. We met them in person in Kuala Lumpur, and I'll tell you, these guys have put it together. Now let's talk about what's coming. You know, Jarvis is fantastic. It's a great project, and when you understand all profits go into the reserve fund, and that drives the value of the cloud fund, that's exciting. Let's talk about some ways that there's even more profits that are going to go in there. There's a big travel project being released, not only where we can all purchase major discount travel using our cloud tokens and have big savings, but the whole world can use this travel platform. And when they do, of course, there's fees involved with that. Every last nickel of every last fee goes into the reserve fund to drive up the cloud token value for every single one of us here on the call. Is that all correct, Paul?
Yes, and what's that doing, John, is that what we're creating, if you look at a lot of crypto assets in the marketplace, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, can you go next door and spend your Bitcoin? Can you spend your Ethereum? What we're creating, guys, inside the application We're bringing fiat currency and cryptocurrency together, okay? And we're bringing together, very important, in a coin that's not as volatile. The way this is done with the reserve pool and the way it's modeled, it's a very steady coin and solid. The coin is backed. Now, watch this, guys. As John said, we're creating an application very similar to WeChat Pay, where we're going to have many, many projects in the application. So it's going to be a one-stop shop. So we're creating real utility. Where if you want to get a train, if you want to get a flight, if you want to get a hotel, you book it from inside the application. So what you're going to see as the months roll out is many, many projects. So you can go anywhere in the world with this application and use it. So we will be the first to really have true utility. And when this happens, what's going to happen? And this is the end goal. The person who never heard of network marketing will want to use our application. And there, guys, that's a game changer. We're going to attract in the masses, that people who never, ever did this industry before, because they'll want to use what we have.
That's exactly the case, Paul. And, you know, when we met with Ronald, he also talked, they're now licensed to have their own OTC exchange. Well, what that means, it's a crypto exchange in the world. Of course, we're never going to have the cloud tokens on any exchange, but this will be an exchange where people can buy and sell crypto and trade back and forth. We know there's always fees to the buyers. We know there's always fees to the sellers in any exchange. Well, guess what? All of those fees, every last nickel goes into the reserve fund, once again, driving up the value of the cloud token for all of us. We also know, Ronald mentioned, we don't have specific details yet because they don't release the details absolutely until it's ready to go. But they told us the next project, aside from Jarvis, is ready to go. It's with a NASDAQ-based company, so massive credibility there. And he predicts that it will be even higher returns for members than what we're already seeing with Jarvis. Is that what you've also heard from Ronald, Paul?
Yes, it's going to be a NASDAQ-based project. It's going to be higher returns. Now, one thing that will be there is that your cryptos will be required to stay in the system longer. But what happens is that the percentage yield will be higher, but just very important because people are getting mixed up with this. The percentage yield will be higher, but the cloud tokens you will get daily, you can withdraw them. But if you want to participate in this and get a higher yield, because of the company, because the way the deal is going to be structured, you just gotta commit your crypto assets longer. And why is that? We're committing to a very big project with a big name. The last thing that we want to do is have somebody like John or Joe come in with 50 Bitcoin and say 5 days later, I want to take them out. That's not the way you operate with the big boys, okay? But the good news is this: anybody who participates in Jarvis in the next few weeks and wants to take out their Bitcoins before 30 days, there'll be zero fee, okay? So again, the company is moving on, they're maturing, there's more transparency. On top of that as well, John, as we all know, everybody was saying, will they release the private keys? Guys, in the past week, they released the private keys. We now control the private keys of the super wallet. What does that mean for you and me? If the wallet goes down, you can use your private keys in a different exchange and get your crypto assets back, okay? Now, to elaborate on that, because people will ask the question, can I get the private keys for Jarvis? No, guys. Remember, you can get the private keys for your super wallet. If you choose to participate in Jarvis, you're trusting the company to trade on your behalf. So they control the private keys for Jarvis.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And that was another massive development. Paul, we don't want to keep you too long. Could you just give us a snapshot view of where you see this thing going? What's going to happen in the next, 60, 90 days, 6 months? And how important is it for people to really lock in and go hard now?
Okay, well, what I can see is this. When we started the journey at the end of April, really not many people heard of it because it was mainly in China. And what I've seen in the past 3 months, I've seen leaders, huge leaders from all over the world, look at this at the start with skeptical eyes. It's too good to be true. Can they deliver? Will they deliver? Will they show proof of trading? Will they release private keys? Will they get on the App Store? Will they get on Google Play? Guys, we're after hitting every single milestone. What I see is this. When we launched the travel application, when people log into the application and can book a holiday and book a flight, I don't care who you are in the world, we will be the #1 crypto asset in the world with true utility inside the application. What's going to happen then? The biggest leaders from all over the world in all companies will come and join this project. So if you don't talk to them now, somebody else will talk to them. Because in 6 months from now, we're going to have so many projects in the application, and I don't care who you are in the world, nobody can look at Cloud Token and say they're not doing what they say they're doing. I see right now, excuse me, we have over 600,000 funded accounts. I can see by the end of the year having about 2 or 3 million accounts opened in this system.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Paul. Could you take a quick scan through the questions?
Yeah.
Maybe we can answer a few quick questions here. We don't want to tie people up forever, but it's so important to really understand what's happening here, how it all works, how the moving parts come together. And like I tell people, you know, you can get so mesmerized by all the details, or you can simply look at it, go, 10% a month, paid daily. Yahoo! Who doesn't want that? Your neighbor wants that. Everybody on the planet wants that. And as soon as they've got it, you can't shut them up. They're going to be telling everybody. Plus, being paid in cloud tokens, jumping in value. It doesn't get any better than that. Any questions there, Paul, that we can help?
I got one private question, but I think I can talk. I won't mention the name, but I can say the question, no problem. Are there plans to introduce other altcoins like Cardano into the wallet? A friend of mine holds a lot of ADA and he's married to it, doesn't want to sell any to participate. Yes, 100%. They're going to introduce other cryptos as we go on. Also, there's going to be the atomic swap very soon in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Inside what we're experiencing, this is very important. People have funded with $550 of Ethereum or $550 of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin went down a bit, they went down to $400 and they stopped receiving the matching bonus. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be able to convert, let's say you have Ethereum, into USDT, okay? And basically, you put that into that, it's like Tether, it's like a stable coin, and the price will always remain above 500, okay? But they're going to release many other cryptos into the wallet. Also, when you convert your cloud token to Ethereum, they're going to introduce another few crypto assets there as well. So 100% they're going doing this. Another question here is, Rebecca says, can you type those 2 names in? Yeah, if you can type in there, John, the website, Pundix website, and the other one is Ledger, no problem. Rebecca, if you go into online and put in Pundix, you'll see the website and you can see the process of applying for cards and you can see how good they are. They're absolutely fantastic. How much
I did catch the second name there. I got Ledger, but that crazy Irish accent, I couldn't understand what you were saying the second.
I don't understand it myself half the time.
So yeah, if you could type it in, that'd be great.
Okay, Rebecca had another question there, and the question was, how much should you look to fund for the new project? Rebecca, I don't know the answer to that yet because the NASDAQ project is yet to be released. Ronald I will not give the name out until everything is nailed down and 100% contracts, everything is locked in. Okay, here you go. That's pundix.com. Please, everybody, take note of that. Check out the website. They're going to be, they're the company we're working for the cards. Yeah, there's no other questions, John. We must have answered everybody for everyone. They must be happy with it.
I see someone asked, are Bitcoin and Ethereum the only ones to use?
Okay, so yeah, no. In the application, if you log into the front of the application, you can also use Litecoin. There's also Bitcoin Cash. I'm not sure if anybody used Bitcoin Cash. The main ones on the application are Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin, okay? And USDT. They're the main ones to use. I have never heard anybody using Bitcoin Cash or Dodge, which is on the screen. So every other one there is okay.
Last question I see from Wanda. Should someone come in with Ethereum or Bitcoin? Does it make a difference?
Okay, all along, yes, it does. All along, I was telling everybody use Ethereum because it's faster on the platform. I've changed that now. Everybody should be using USDT. Okay, it's an ERC20 token. No, if you can't get that now, because not in every exchange, use Ethereum. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to be able to do a swap from Ethereum in the wallet to USDT. USDT is a stable coin, if you don't know about it. And basically, it's always pegged to $1. So basically, it's always holding above $500, even if the market goes up or goes down. Okay, so we find this now to be the best because it doesn't matter if the market goes up or down, you're always above 500.
Colin is asking, can the 500 be made up from different currencies? So, you know, everybody needs at least 500 in Jarvis in order to be receiving the matching bonuses on their team. But can the 500 be made up of different currencies, Paul?
Good question, Colin. The answer is no. What you cannot do 200 in Bitcoin and 300 in Ethereum. But what you can do is this. You can do, let's say it's 550 in Ethereum and have 550 in Bitcoin. No problem. And even if you withdrew one of them, you still have the other one. But you have to have one crypto asset above 500 USD.
Yeah, so you have to have one for sure, and then you could have a couple $100 of Ethereum or a couple million in there, and some of this and some of that for sure. I think we've got all the questions answered. Oh, last question, Rawinia, can you transfer BTC to USDT?
Yes, you can do it on the exchanges, not in every exchange. You can do it because USDT we use is an ERC20 token. But what I'll say to you, everybody in this call, my advice for now, if you're new to crypto, fund it with Ethereum, okay? Fund it with Ethereum, and in the next 2 weeks when the atomic swap comes in, they're testing it at the moment, you can convert to USDT. Anybody who have a, let me explain this. Somebody who understands cryptocurrency and who believes in the future, like myself, I will not convert to USDT. Why? Because I have put more than 500 in, and I want to capitalize on Bitcoin going from 10 to 20,000 because I will get my 10% on a higher margin. If somebody can only afford 500, I will tell them use USDT, okay? But I'll also tell them if Bitcoin goes to 10,000, you won't catch the rise. You will be stuck at 500, okay? So it's very important to understand the difference here. It depends what your financial situation is. It depends what your belief in the market is, okay? So that's important to understand the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Well, Paul, we appreciate you being on the call. We appreciate everyone jumping on with us. I hope you have a very clear understanding of what we have here, where we're taking this thing, and how important it is to take action. It's exposing people to the tools that we have, the short little 4-minute video, jumping into the Telegram groups. You'll hear about all the live calls happening in there. It's just exposing people and sorting them out. They all want what we have. A lot of them don't understand it. Once they do understand it, you can't keep them out with a stick because they realize what we've got. So take the action. We are here to help you. Joe and myself, Paul and Mateus, all of our leaders, Mark, CJ, Jackie, you name it, all of them on the call here. We're all here to build something big together. So let's go get it done. We'll have another call next week. Jump onto the Telegram group. There's lots of other calls happening as well, and we look forward to your success. Thanks, Paul. Have a great day.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.